What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Constance Carter, and it's Thursday. Thursday. So first of all, I want to make sure that you can depend on me for Thursdays going live and doing just a live Q&A, a live Ask Constance Thursday. Every Thursday, 12:30. I'm going to be going live just to answer your questions. Okay. So let me get this straightened out. I got folks on Instagram, I got folks on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. And so as you come in, please tell me where you are watching from, because I know I always have people from all over the world watching. So let me know where you're watching from. I'm trying to do something because StreamYard is kind of weird. Anyway, I got to edit my audience and make it automatically locks my audience on Facebook. Anyway, got him. All right, you guys, we have a full house on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube. And today, I got some questions. I got some pre-questions. As I scheduled this on StreamYard, people started asking me questions already. So I have some questions. Thank you guys for chiming in and saying where you're from. I see Lavisha from Stockton, California. I see Shirley Robertson from California. I see Tia from California. What's up? Where you guys watching from on Instagram? Where you guys watching from? Go ahead and put it in the comments. Say what's up. Before I get started, I want to let you know this is Freeman. I see Freeman Teacher from Los Angeles, California. This is a dialogue. This is not a monologue. So these are questions that I want you to ask me and we can engage. You know, I might be wrong on some things. I don't know. I might be wrong. So maybe perhaps you might have the answers too. I've never professed to be, 100% correct on everything. I just know what I know. I know what's worked for me. And if you are new and you've never been introduced to me, about me, I'm Constance Carter. I went from bankrupt, and bad credit to with a 379 credit score to building Catalyst Real Estate Professionals, which went on to become the largest Black-owned real estate firm in California, and made some pretty good investments in cannabis, real estate, commercial, residential, Airbnbs. I do Toros. I've done a lot of things to generate passive income and active income as well. So my goal is just to teach you, to show everybody from all walks of life how to do the same thing. But I may not have all the answers. So if you see me looking between screens, I'm looking, that's Instagram up there, and that's Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn down here. Okay. So again, like I said, this is a monologue, not a dialogue. Also, I want to make sure that you are following the Fly Nubian Queen. Follow the Fly Nubian Queen. Make sure you subscribe to the Fly Nubian Queen. Make sure you subscribe to Constance Carter on Facebook and Instagram. And I am Constance Carter. All right, I want to get into it. So please, right now as I'm talking, go ahead and put in the comments some questions you have for me. They may be about investing. They may be about real estate. They may be about stock or any other ways to grow your money. How about real estate? You could ask me about credit. Credit is always a favorite. People are always asking me about credit. So if there's a burning credit question that you have, I like to use OPM, which is other people's money. And if there's even relationships, because people tend to ask me about relationships, and specifically my relationship. I actually have a question about my relationship status. So anyway, so go ahead and start asking questions. Lorraine is from the Bronx. Yes, I love it. The Bronx. And I see Shirley says she needs help making some shmoney. She said, I need to grow my money. So if you are watching this and you are under the sound of my voice and you need to grow your money, put in the comments box, I'm ready to grow my money and not blow my money. Put it in the comments box, yo. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, put on in the comments box, I need to grow my money and not blow my money. Love, Alik, I am not letting you be on my video. Sorry about that. I want to grow my money, not blow my money. Put it in the comments. All right, bet. So as you guys are putting that in there, how should you formulate your real estate business with regards to pursuing business credit? Thank you for that question, Shamina. Shamina, your real estate business, as in you are a real estate agent or you are a real estate investor. So if you could just clarify that for me, let me know. So as you do that, as you clarify that, let me just tell you one of the first questions that I got. Somebody said, I want to start investing. How? And, I just had a conversation. I ain't gonna name drop, but I just had a conversation probably about an hour ago with Warren G. You guys know Warren G, regulator. If you watching, shout out to Warren G. We just actually had a conversation a little bit ago. He was like, Constance, I really need to, start investing. What's the best ways? So one of the things I asked him is, I said, Are you looking to buy and hold? Are you looking to flip? Do you want to, are you looking for multi units? Are you looking for apartments? Like, what are your goals? And so I really would want to know, like, what are your goals before we say, I want to start investing? What are your goals? Do you have a lot of money? Do you have a little money? Like, what is it that you really want to do? What are your goals? And so once you determine what your goals are, then the second thing I told him, so what do you want to do? What do you want to invest in? Second thing I told him is, how much money do you want to spend? And we'll work backwards from there. So if you decide, I got, $1 million to spend, that I, am willing to come out of pocket with. And, part of it I want to go down on something, and part of it I want to use to repair properties because I want to flip properties. Then we could start from there. One of the things that I told him is, like, one of the easiest ways is to do a DSCR loan. DSCR, which is a debt service coverage ratio loan. That loan right there is great for investors, for people who, may have a lot of income. Perhaps they just want to close quickly. They don't want to show a lot of their money. That's a no income loan. That's a loan where you do not have to show your income. You might make $1 million and you might not claim $1 million to UNCNIM. You know who UNCNIM is? You might not claim $1 million. So for the DSCR loan, you basically just need 20% to put down. And I would really recommend that. You could do that for a buy and hold. You could do that for a flip, but there is a prepayment penalty, so you can't pay it off too soon. That's number one. Number two is you have to have some skin in the game. So even though you don't have to show any income, you still need to put at least 20% down, sometimes up to 40% down, depending on what your credit score is. But those loans tend to close, 5 days, sometimes 10 days. What they want when you're doing this no income DSCR, debt service coverage ratio loan, what they want to see is they want to see that the property that you're purchasing has some type of income already generated. And that's the entire income from the property. So that's income versus the outgoing expenses of your outgoing expenses and the property's outgoing expenses. That's all of the expenses that the property has. So that would be, the mortgage payment, that will be taxes, insurance, if you're paying utilities, all of the outgoing expenses. If that property is generating twice as much as the outgoing expenses, then they will lend on that property. The question is, we have to find a property that has that. So he has the income. Let's find a property. So let's start backwards. Okay. So we know that we want an apartment, or we want some type of commercial property over 4 units, which is 5+. So a commercial or a multifamily that's not a single family residence is 5 or more units. So that's 25% down. If you want, say, a multi-unit, which is a 1 to 4 unit or 2 to 4 unit, that's something that's totally different, but that's also going to be 20% down, up to 40% down. So I would say, if you have, some income, if you have a lot of money and you don't want to show your income, and, we didn't go into whether he wanted to show his income or not. It was just really, here's like a quick way that we could get you in some property. And, you just have to have, you don't have to have you don't have to show your income. That's a no income DSCR loan. All right. Lots of questions on Facebook. Somebody said, I want to do some investment, but my capital is below my money. How do I grow it, Constance Carter? So first of all, there's certain things that you can do. So if you don't have a whole lot of money, start cutting some things, right? So let's start cutting some basic things. So I would say download Rocket Money. And I talk about this in one of my reels, right? Download Rocket Money or one of those budget apps. I put a reel out a couple of days ago with a bunch of like top 5 budget apps. These budget apps will allow you to see all of your expenses, everything that you have going out. The great thing about Rocket Money, though, is it shows you the subscriptions that you have. And with the subscriptions that you have, here's the thing, with the subscriptions that you have, sometimes we be having subscriptions that we don't even remember doing. Right. So the other day, for example, I had been seeing this Samsung coming out of my my PayPal forever. Samsung, I think it was like $19.99 that was coming out of my PayPal. And I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, it's one of my kids. So I'm in the car with one of my kids, and it just so happens this thing got pulled out of my PayPal. And I hadn't tripped because I'm thinking one of these little jokers got some kind of subscription. And so I asked all 4 of them. I'm like, hey, who got the Samsung? Who's paying? Why am I paying for Samsung? And everybody's like, not me, not me, not me. And I know it wasn't me. So all this time I'm paying $19.99 for something that none of us has any idea about, and I'm just paying for it. That's a subscription. How and I know it at least went back into the beginning of the year, because I went back to the history, and I'm sure it went back to last year. I only went back this year. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80, $120 that I paid on a subscription that I had no idea. I'm thinking it's the kids. How many times do we have things that we don't even know where we can cut the fat? So that's, a bunch of money that I could have saved that I could have been investing. And it's little things like that, Simeon, that you can do to start investing. So you might not have a whole lot of money, but there's things that you could cut that will allow you to start investing in small things. And remember, Lovelick, I am not allowing you to be on my video. Remember, investing it first starts with getting into the habit of investing. Okay. When we're talking about investing, you might not get a strong ROI. I got my kids in the habit of investing now. All of them got Cash App, and they even have Cash App for minors. So my six, plus I got Acorns custodial account for them as well, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But they all have Cash App. Along with the Cash App comes an investment option. And so what do my kids do? Because they my kids, they ask my mom, dad, brother, sister, hey, can you give me $5? Can you give me $20? Why you want $20? So I can start investing in stock. So they take that $20 and they start investing in stock. Now, initially, these little jokers was like, I ain't making no money. I only made 3 cents, so I'm gonna stop investing. I had to explain to them that's not how that works. Investment is a long term gain. So don't look at it as I got to make money right away. The idea is to get into the habit of investing. So even if you don't have a whole lot of money, Simeon, to start investing, start with something. So perhaps you cut the fat with those damn subscriptions like I did, $16.99. Perhaps I just started investing $16.99 that I got back from the money that I was paying out for something that none of us have. And I started investing that money. And over time, I started making money back. One of the things that I do is Robinhood. That's a great way to start. Some people like Robinhood, some people don't. I like Robinhood because it's easy, it's intuitive, it's very simple to navigate, and you can really start investing. I have a certain amount of money going into my Robinhood every month. And I think it's like $500 or $1,000 just going into Robinhood. And I allow my oldest son, who's about to get out the ghetto, I allow him to make certain investments for me. That kid took in 2020 my $7,000 portfolio, and he turned it into 40,000 in a matter of like 3 or 4 months. So he knows what he's doing more than I know what I'm doing. But I just put money in there. I just have it automatically going in there, and I allow him to do his thing. Everything is available to you if you took the time to study it. The power of the internet. How you think he learned it? He learned it from a Boys Walk and Stock group, but there are groups that you can get into. There are that'll give you tips and tricks like he had, where he was giving people tips and tricks. There are all kinds of things that you could do where you could start investing on a very small scale. So you don't have to have a whole lot of money like Warren G. You could start investing $20 a month, $50 a month. The idea is to get into the habit of investing, and then as you get more money, because you've already created this habit, you're in this mindset that I'm investing for long term, then you can start putting more and more and more. That's how you do that. All right. Um, Lorraine said, I'm always interested in growing my money and working smarter, not harder. I've already did the struggling thing. I've done it too. That's why I don't use nobody works harder than Constance Carter no more. Because guess what? I'm 47 years old and I don't want to work hard no more. um, let's see. Hey, Bobby. Hey, he said, hey, pretty lady. Bobby in Atlanta. I need to grow my. Okay. The common person can play big with the LLC, then go to for a DSCR loan. Thank you for that, Odell. Um, Bobby said, I need a question for this conversation. Let's go. Give me a question. Um, Somebody, and I don't know who it is, Facebook user said, I broke the cardinal rule and purchased a house with somebody. What is the best and cleanest way to get out short of selling? So the question would then be, Facebook user, is obviously the loan is in both of y'all's names, and the title is in both of you guys' name, which is really going to be almost impossible without selling. You can do a couple of things. You can sell your interest to the person. Okay. So they can take over, they can refinance it out of your name. You could get your equity and go. You can take your name off the title. However, you'll still have the liability. So they'll have the asset, you'll have the liability. They'll have the asset and the liability. You'll have the just the liability by keeping the loan only. And that's not a great thing to do. So you could sell your interest in the property or you could sell the property. Um, and I don't know why you said you broke the cardinal rule, and I don't know if it's because you're not married to him. I have this thing that says don't buy a house with your spouse. I have this rule, and the only reason why I say that, and people were like, "Oh, you just teaching people to keep the devil up in their marriage because you trying to separate." No, 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 no. I'm teaching you an investment strategy that's going to go beyond you just buying one house. I'm teaching both of you guys to be first time home buyers to be able to take advantage of multiple opportunities out there and to not leverage both of your credits for one property if you don't have to. Meaning, so if you and don't get a credit card and you and your spouse's name, don't get I know you when you get coupled up, you get excited, you start getting stuff which is significant other. Don't do that because you close up yourself to the opportunities of being able to leverage more. So if he has a house that's in his name, that's not on you, then you can go get a house. Now, if it's FHA and you're in a community property state, and you guys both are you file together, then you're going to have that. They're going to know that property is yours. But you could just do more if you do not buy or include both of you guys' debt together. And I would always recommend you do it separately so that you can get more and achieve more. One of the things that I did very often is I always sat down with my clients when they came to me and they wanted to get married. Buy a house. And if it was a husband and wife, and we'd look at their situation, and I would tell them, don't buy a house with your spouse. Now, uh, California, because I did business in California as a community property state. So, one spouse will be like, wait a minute, if it's not my house, how am I entitled? Well, you're still entitled because you're married. So if something should happen, y'all go to court. Even if you sign off on the property and quit claim off of the property, you're still entitled to half of it. So you don't even got to worry about it. What the benefit is, you not being tied to that house financially, so that when it's time for you to purchase another property, you could purchase it and you don't have any of that stuff tying y'all together. So that's the whole point of not buying a house with your spouse. What up? What up? What up? Odell said, open up an LLC and get your DSCR funded. And we can definitely do that. So more questions. And let me go back up because somebody said, I can't go all the way back up to the questions. I hate that about, and I'm sorry, I hate that about Instagram. So the young lady that asked me a question when we first got on here, can you please ask me the question again? You said something about real estate and business credit. So if you can re-ask me that question because I can't go back to it. Love a click or whatever your name is. I am not adding you onto this live. All right. Yolanda said, I'm a travel nurse and I want to learn how to use a 1099. Some people say I need an LLC. How does that work? It probably is the best LLC or corporation. Oh, I actually like S corps better than I like LLC, but I guess it depends on the purpose. I like S corps for a number of reasons, but having some type of entity, whether it's an LLC or an S corp, is the best. It just you get tax protections, and I'm not a CPA, so I can't tell you what type of tax benefits or protections that you get in having an LLC, but I know that you can. So I would definitely consult with some type of a CPA. But there are write-offs. There are things that you could write off as a being a business entity, different things like that. Of course, different protections that you have. So thank you for that question, Miss Yolanda. I think that's a good idea of creating some type of entity if you are 1099. Let's see. Somebody asked me, what credit score do I need to start investing? You can invest with as low as I'm not adding you. Ash, love a click, whatever your name is. He said, why are you not adding me? I'm not adding you because I'm not adding nobody to my thing. If you got a question, ask me the question in the comments box. I'm not adding nobody to my live. You're not going to come up in here and disrupt me. So the question is, what kind of credit score do I need to start investing? Now, you can start investing 500 credit score. Why do it a 500 credit score? Because your interest rate is going to be astronomical. I have books that can help you get your credit score up very quickly. keeping score, what you need to know to make your credit score grow, and build credit to build wealth. These are books that have helped thousands of people get their credit score up hundreds of points within a matter of 30 days, sometimes sooner. So don't you'll have if your score is super low, you'll have to put more money down. Which why? You could just buy my book for $14.99 and get your credit score up. But more importantly, 580 is where you could start. You can get an FHA loan with a 580 credit score. That will be an owner occupied loan. You'd have to live in the property. I would still consider you an investor. You take that property and you stay in it. Well, then Love a Click says he's not trying to disrupt me, but I'm not taking any people on my live right now. So that's the reason why I'm not going to accept you. Um, so 580 credit score, get an FHA loan, take that property. Okay. I'm not, she's a girl. Okay. I'm just not putting anybody on my live right now, dear. Just put your question in the comments box. And you're going to ask again. So 580 credit score, get into that house, FHA loan, stay in that house for a year, get out, use it as leverage to purchase another property. If you are a veteran, even better, you can get into a house with 100% financing. You don't have to put no money down. You have no skin in the game. I mentioned on one of my lives before, if you're new here, I appreciate you. Love a Click, Love Cialic, or what I can't even pronounce it. But one of the things like for VA, veteran, and you still asking to be in my live, veteran, one of my clients got a VA loan, no money out of pocket. He bought a fourplex, $300,000 at the time. His payment was $1,800. 3 of the units were occupied. He went in collecting. His payment was $1,800. He went in collecting $1,000 per unit. That was $3,000. So he went in, no money down, and he was cash flowing $1,200 per month. Going in, no money. I love VA. You can do that with FHA as well, 3.5% down. Then in a year, he ended up renting out that 4th unit. It's $4,000. Now he's making $2,200 a month. And I'm sure since then he's raised the rent quite a bit. But $2,200, he ain't have to put no money in. And he's chilling. So for veterans, that's a great way to go. If you haven't used your VA certificate, I absolutely use your VA certificate and start investing. Start investing. Buy a multi-unit. Start investing. Let's see. Gary Conwell said, hey, friend, would it be a good idea to build an Airbnb living space on my property, even though I would like to operate under my LLC, if that makes sense? Yeah, I think it would be. You can definitely operate your LLC, your Airbnb under your LLC. And I see people all the time putting, there is a thing at Home Depot. They got this really cool contemporary little house, little mini tiny home that you could put in your backyard. It's like $40,000 or $48,000. You can just put it in your backyard. It's already ready. It's beautiful. You can rent that puppy out, Airbnb. That will be great. And then just start cash flowing. That's a great investment. So yeah, I think that will be a good investment. Somebody said, I have cash. Is it better to use my cash when investing? And I say, it depends on how much cash you got. I was listening to Robert Kiyosaki the other day. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you ever read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a lot of people got their strategy of investing, especially in multi-unit properties and properties using the leverage, the OPM, to invest other people's money to invest in multiple properties. And that's a strategy that I use to help a lot of my clients. Well, Robert Kiyosaki is a multi-millionaire. Robert Kiyosaki doesn't use any of his own money. And guess what? He don't pay no taxes, and he brags about not paying taxes. He like, me and my homeboy Donald Trump, we don't pay no taxes. So yes, do not use your OP. Don't use your money. Use OPM. Use other people's money. If you have to put a little bit of your money back down, of course, you're not going to get 100% financing, but I wouldn't finance the whole deal myself. You don't want to tie up all your money, and it depends on how much money. Sometimes, I'll tell you this, sometimes when I flip property, I flip it paying cash. If I felt like it was going to be a quick turnover, I could pay cash. I could pay cash to fix it up, and I'm not going to take up a lot of my capital doing it. I'll do cash. Other times, most of the time, I'll use a hard money lender. and it depends on the deal, but you're going to have to pay some of the fees, which could be exorbitant. And there are other, maybe penalties that come along with it if you get out of it too soon. So, but I always recommend using OPM, other people's money, when you're investing. The other secret to that is when you're investing, like when I was flipping property, the first property I flipped was in the name of my LLC. And when I flipped in the name of my LLC, my tax liability was much higher than when I flipped in the name of my corporation, because there are reporting mechanisms in place that they have to report if you're an LLC. If you are a corporation, nobody has to report your earnings to the IRS. And that's the reason why a lot of the wealthy people use corporations when they're investing and not LLCs. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's best to use a corporation and not an LLC. Clarence said, would you? Gary said they don't sell it in Virginia. They don't sell what? Airbnbs? What don't they? Oh, they don't sell those things for Home Depot. Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry. Are you sure, Gary? Because I'm in Maryland. So maybe you just go a couple of miles down to Maryland, because I seen it at the Home Depot. I seen it online at the Home Depot in Maryland. Maybe they don't sell it at the Home Depot in Maryland, but you could certainly get it shipped, because I haven't seen them at Home Depot, but you can get them shipped. Claire said, would you recommend investing in Bitcoin? Absolutely. That's a great investment. I'm not an expert in that, but I would definitely say, yeah. And, with a lot of investments too, a lot of people are intimidated because Bitcoin, the entry level for these investments are higher than what you have. You know that you can invest in fractional investments, right? So you don't have to pay for the whole investment. So if Bitcoin is 20,000 or 30,000, you can buy a fraction. You can put $1,000 down. You can put 500. You can buy a fractional. You can even buy a fractional stock. Acorns, they invest in fractional or EFTs, fractional stocks. So you don't have to buy the whole kit and caboodle. You could buy fractional. So that's the other thing. But again, the best thing is just getting in the game. Your return on investment is not going to be as great if you put, less money you put down, the less money you're going to get back, but you're going to get something back. And the point is getting in the habit and doing something. Is it a good idea, Lorraine said, to invest in products that you like and use? I always say that. And I've been saying this a long time before it became popular. I got an old video from 2015, and I said, if you wear Nike, invest in Nike. If you got an iPhone, and I had a whole little presentation basically saying, instead of you buying them Jordans, buy Nike, because the amount that you pay for them Jordans, you could have, I don't know how many Nike stocks for the amount that you paid for that iPhone. I'm not saying you don't get iPhones, like iPhones. You could have had X amount of Apple stock. So you definitely invest in the things. And I love that question. Invest in the things that you own. That is a great rule of thumb, especially if you're starting, right? Especially if you're starting, that these things are good products. And the stock market is not like going to the slot machine. It's not about, just guessing. You should really study this. And there are sites all over the place that will teach you. There are sites, and the whole point of investing in stock is you are investing in the health of a company. You're seeing, what the job reports are and what's happening with the company, and is there revenue rising or is it falling? Like, there's all kinds of things that you could look at. Son, what are some things that they could look at? This is my genius. What are things should people look at when they're investing in stock? Did you guys finish the table already? Equity. The company's equity. Okay, so they're looking at the company's equity. What else are they looking at?
Potential growth.
Potential growth. You want to come here?
Not really, no.
Okay, he don't got no shirt on. He don't want you to see his bare chest. So, potential growth. How do you check potential growth, son? Research. What sites do you research on?
You got Yahoo, got a business website.
Yahoo Business.
You got. Man, you can just Google all these websites.
GTS, Google that shit. That's what my son said. He didn't say that, but that's what he mean. He said GTS. He said Google it. There's all kind of sites that you can research, and they tell you. They basically tell you what's good and what you should be investing in. So it's like, really, if you're willing to put a little bit of time, it's a no-brainer. You don't have to think. Okay? So Gary said, I'm driving this weekend. All right. So as you are watching, make sure you are sharing this out. So I'm gonna give you guys 10 seconds for you to share this with everybody on your pages. So 10. Let's go ahead and share. Share, share, share. All right, you ready? I'm gonna give you a minute because I'm gonna pause for a second and I want you to share this video out because I'm dropping some bombs for your moms. I'm dropping some gang to give you fame. Bars. Share this out. Share this video out with people because as many people need to see this as possible. Okay. So I want you to take a moment and I want you to share this. Please share this. And then I'm gonna give you 10. Not wait. Ain't there a thing that you could do on here? I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds to share it. I was gonna do the little countdown for y'all to share. So share this out. All right, you guys done sharing? Put in the comments box. I shared it. I shared it. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to follow me. I am Constance Carter. I want you to follow the Fly Nubian Queen and Fly Nubian Money because this is about showing you how to grow your money and not blow your money. Also, I have conversation tees. Conversation tees. Go to my website. Go to my Constance Carter, and you go to conversation tees. This is a shirt that says, and this is just what we got to do. We got to work harder, run faster, jump higher, and push further. Because what we are excellence in action. That's just what it is. People say, "Oh, we shouldn't tell our kids that we got to run faster, jump higher." Guess what? I'm telling my kids that they got to run faster, jump higher. You know why? Because that's what we have to do in America. It's just what it is. Simeon said, Constance Carter, the problem is I'm a laborer working at a construction company and my earning is low for me to invest in the type of business I want to do as a petty trader on a food stuff. Again, Simeon, I would say invest, just get into the habit of investing. So you may not be able to invest in the things that you want to invest in now. The idea is to begin investing in something. I really want you just to start investing. Really. We can't all buy our dream homes. And I'm not saying that you're doing the dream home. But we can't all buy our dream homes. We can't all get everything that we want. The idea is to do something. It's the mindset. It's getting you in the mindset of starting to do something. That is the game changer right there, y'all. All right. Non-swirl said, I saw your past rap money thrown into the video. You guess what, non-swirl zone? Funny thing is, a lot of people were like, oh, she got fake money. She throwing fake money. That was actually real money. I have a cannabis dispensary and we used to operate in cash. And so I used to have a lot of money, but I don't keep cannabis anymore. But yeah, that was real money. That wasn't fake money. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you. Facebook ain't allowing you to share. Oh my God, that's because you're in one of the groups. Go to my page. No, you should still be able to share Facebook. All right, so questions. You guys keep asking me questions. I still have questions, pre-questions from folks who sent me questions over prior to me getting on. An eclectic back channel says, should I use a business credit card to fund the startup costs or do the bare minimum myself? Ooh, an eclectic back channel. I say use your business credit. Use it, don't abuse it. Use it responsibly. Here's how I would say use it. I wouldn't say use the whole thing. Here's a strategy that I use when we're talking about business credit. Are you ready? Come close. You come close to the screen? Y'all close? Y'all close? Y'all close? Yeah. Here's what I would do. I wouldn't use it all. So say you got $20,000 in business credit. I wouldn't use it all. I would say if you can use, say, 7,500, maybe even 10,000. Take the other half. So take 50% of it and use it to fund your business. The other 50% of it, use it so for the payment so that you can make the payment, right? So that way you're not coming out of pocket when you are making the payment for the business credit, for the credit that you've used. So as you're building your business, and then once you start making money from your business, then you can start paying it off. Bars. Thank you, D Punch, for saying I'm smart and beautiful. Appreciate it. What you guys think about that? That's good, right? All right, keep asking the questions. Love a click. You still asking to be on my video, girl? You crazy? All right, so here goes. Am I dating? Yes, I am dating. All right, here's another question. Is it a good time to buy? Yes, it is a good time to buy. Let me tell you why. It's a good time to buy because the real estate it's a seller's market. I mean, it's always a good time to buy. Real estate is always a good time, a good thing to invest in. 80% of wealth in this country are generated through real estate. 80% of the wealth in this country is generated through real estate. So 80% of the people who are wealthy, they've gotten wealthy through real estate. Yeah. And understand that real estate is cyclical. That means it goes up and down. We know that. We know that. So are you in it for the long haul or the short haul? And it all depends. If you are, listen, in 2008, when the market crashed, it was crazy because people was I had investors that started like in 2005, and I remember when I first started working with them, they didn't have, they had a couple of $100,000, and then by 2009 their bank account was millions because they would buy cash, and so they would have to show me their bank statement. They had to show proof of funds, so they have millions of dollars, as they're investing. And then after 2009, the market crash, they had all these properties and they couldn't do nothing with them, and they had no equity. So they got all this money very quickly, and then they got caught holding a bag. And so they had to foreclose, and then they were just stuck. So they didn't have any more money. And they had to file bankruptcy. Some of them had to file bankruptcy. And so the idea is to definitely invest, be smart, and just don't over leverage yourself. Be smart when you're investing. Take risks, but take calculated risks. We got to be able to take risks if you want to be successful. I've taken risks and I've lost thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars taking risks. Also took risks and made millions. So without any risk, you're not going to have any reward. And that's just the bottom line. So yeah, it's definitely a good time to buy. Um, Thank you, non-swirl zone. You don't swirl? Non-swirl zone, you don't swirl. Um, Somebody said how to start in stocks, and I think I already answered that. And if you're just tuning in, make sure you follow I am Constance Carter on Facebook, Instagram, CC the CEO on YouTube. Make sure you're sharing this with everybody because they need to hear this game. How do you start investing in stock? That's a great question. I only wanted to do this 30 minutes. Stock, again, Robinhood is a great place to start. Robinhood is a great place to start investing in stock. It's very easy. It's very intuitive. You could just start, $50, $25. I remember I was speaking at Fathers and Families, which was this place in Stockton where they have a lot of troubled young men who just come from prison. And I was teaching, stock. And I was telling them how simple, because it is simple. We overcomplicate things that are really, really simple, but it's really simple. To begin investing is not a hard thing to do. And I remember I was talking about investing in stock and opening up a Robinhood account, just starting with $25. And this young brother said, "You mean to tell me," this is what he said. He said, just like this. He said, "You mean to tell me I could put money in the stock game instead of the dice game and make money?" I said, "That's it. You could put money in the stock game and not the dice game. I think that would be a better return on your investment." Unfortunately, a few months later, the young brother got killed on the streets. But the idea of that being an eye opener, and you could just see the wheel spinning. I'm talking to these brothers, and you could just see the wheel spinning, and they was like, "What?" They had never heard that. These young brothers had never been on the other side of town where they went to a fancy restaurant. They had only been to McDonald's. They only had been to their hoods. It was definitely an eye opening experience, and I've done several since then. But this right here is a each one teach one. The reason why I'm sharing that with you is because we need to be sharing this information that we're getting with other people, because everybody don't know this. You might already know this. You probably know more than me. And if you do, it's a shame before God if you're not sharing it with somebody else. This is not overly complicated stuff. So share this with these young brothers, with these young sisters, share this with these kids, because my son, I had got them a stock investment thing. Look at my son telling y'all with his little bare chest how to start investing. Research, but you have to expose them to these things. Okay. Um, Yolanda said, how do I start up or receive a business credit? Oh, that's a good question. You know what? I'm going to tell you this. I have a business blueprint academy on my website on mywealthroadmap.com and a business blueprint training. Go on there and I tell you everything you need to know. I'm typing in here, mywealthroadmap.com, or you go to my website, constancecarter.com. But go there and I show you because I can't just give it to you within 5 minutes. It's a process and it's a great training. And I'm show you how to get your entity set up, how to do all of that properly, legally structure everything, and then show you how to get the business credit so that you can start receiving funding. Then I'm gonna show you how to get the funds so that you can pay yourself over and over and over again. Dope concept. It's a really, really great concept. So go to the business blueprint training on mywealthroadmap.com, mywealthroadmap.com, and you can do that. So I'm not trying to brush you off at all, Yolanda, but I have all the information there that you can go and you can just get way more than what I'm able to give you. What's up, Vienna McAllister, watching from the Philippines? Shout out. Make sure, Vienna, you are sharing this with all of your people in the Philippines and make sure everybody. Callie Kingsbury said, I needed that. Thank you for Yolanda for asking the question. See, look at that. Over there on Instagram, he said he needed that on Facebook. And thank you. No, Yolanda, you on YouTube. So thank you guys for watching. And you guys, again, continue to share. I got more questions. So you guys continue asking the questions. And I have some more pre-questions that people were sending. So thank you guys for the love and thank you guys for continuing to ask me questions. And thank you for hanging out with me. This is some good stuff. All right. So again, like I said, this is all about building our community. So make sure we're sharing this information with everybody we love, everybody we know. What the most you've made? Oh, I can't even read my own writing because I wrote these questions down that they had. What's the most I've made with stock? So I think I mentioned in 2020, my son took my $7,000 portfolio and he made 40,000. He took 7,000 and he made 40,000. And that wasn't by my efforts. That was by his efforts. He was actually teaching people how to, he was teaching people stock tips and tricks. And he took my money and he grew it for me. So yeah. So I don't know what he did. I don't know what he was investing in, but I know he made me $40,000. So what, net $33,000 that he made me in a matter of, I think, 3 or 4 months, Warren, somewhere around there. Quentin was happening, following from Italy. Shout out to Quentin from Italy. Thank you for following me, or thank you for watching, Quentin. Appreciate you. Preach. That's what my youngest son say. Preach, kids. Like, he's so cool. He's too cool to say, Mom, thank you for making me a sandwich. He says, preach. So stupid. Anyway, thank you for following Quentin. Preach, like my youngest son said. Best places to buy real estate. What are the best places to buy real estate? I don't know, because I don't operate all over the country. Here's what I do know. Let me give you this rule of thumb. I'll say this. As you're looking, because with the power of the internet, you can look everywhere for real estate. You can see what the deals are. You can see, I would say, what's up, Bayou Boy Entertainment from Iraq? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Thank you for watching. Make sure you share this on your page. Bayou Boy from Iraq. Well, Bayou Boy is in the military. That's what's up, Bayou Boy. What's up in Iraq? Thank you. I think you serve in the country. Thank you for your service. I appreciate that. So I would say, what was it? Oh, the best places. Here's the rule of thumb that I look at when I'm buying. Okay. I would rather Love Kliak. Love Kliak says, why you choose me out of all your followers to deny? Love Kliak, I am not bringing anybody on my video. I am only shouting them out. Okay. So I'm not bringing any. You write your username down. I'm going to go look at LOVEALICIAK. Love Kliak. Okay, I'm gonna go look you up after this and see what are you talking about, lady? What are you talking about? Why do you want to be on my page? Why do you want to be on my video? I'm not putting nobody on my video. If you got a question, ask me a question, sweetheart. But I'm not bringing you on, okay? All right. So where are you from, Love Kliak? Where are you from? Why don't we start with that and then ask me a question? But I'm not bringing nobody on the video, okay? Sorry about that. So here's my rule of thumb for investing. Invest. Love Alicia K. Hold on. Love Alicia K. I thought it was Love Kliak. All right. Alicia K. I'm not bringing nobody on the screen. All right. I'm not bringing anybody on the screen, but ask me a question. Seriously. I welcome your questions, but I'm not bringing you on the screen. All right. I appreciate you watching though, and I appreciate you hanging in there with me. I do, but I'm not bringing nobody on the screen right now. All right. Um, so here's the rule of thumb of investing. Look for the worst house in the best neighborhood. And this is when you're investing. This is when you, okay. I, Alicia, you kept hitting join video. Alicia said, I was not asking to be on the video. You kept hitting the request to be on the video, to be live. That's what I kept getting. I kept getting your request to be live, to come on screen. That's the reason why I said I'm not adding you on the screen. So if you have a question, ask the question. Maybe you asked a question and I didn't see it. So put it in the comments. So I apologize for not answering your question if you asked a question, because I didn't see a question from you. So my bad, Alicia K. But okay, she's a newbie. All right. I forgive you and I apologize. I didn't mean to be harsh at all. I promise you. I did not mean to be harsh, Alicia K. So just put your question in the comments box if you have a question. Okay. So the thing about Instagram is it doesn't allow me to go all the way back. So put your question back in there and I'll look at it right now, Alicia. All right. I appreciate you. I don't know who that Facebook user is that said what you said. All right, so worst house in the best neighborhood. If you're investing, if you could try to buy in a good neighborhood, but it's not such a great house, and you're looking to fix and flip it, you're going to get a better bang for your buck. So I don't know where in the world is the best places to buy. You know, I still hear, like, I'm in the East Coast now, and I'm about to start investing in Baltimore. A lot of my friends who are from here, they're like, I don't really know nothing about Baltimore. The margins are kind of low. But I've been doing some research, and I think that's the place where I'm going to start investing. So that's going to be, you know, for me, I think here, and I don't know, I think it's the last frontier because Baltimore is a city. They still have properties that are relatively inexpensive, and they have properties, you know, they have really blighted areas that need to be revitalized. And so for me, that's a place where I'm going to be investing. Thank you, Cali King's Burrito. That's where I'm going to be investing. But there are places all over the country like this. So look, you know, cities, up and coming cities, places where they have hospitals that are coming in, places that they're having, that they have colleges. Those are all good places to invest. I can't tell you the area, the state, or whatever, but those are all good places to invest. All right. Somebody asked it earlier, should I buy with a partner? So my first flip was with a partner. He's my homeboy. He's one of my bestest friends today, my homie. I did it with a partner initially because I didn't know what I was doing. He didn't know what he was doing. He was in construction. I was in real estate. So that was great for me. And I think it was not that hard for me. It was good because we were able to, nah, I ain't even gonna say that because I actually ended up coming in with all the money. So for me, that wasn't the greatest partnership, I would say, because I came in with all the money. But if you have a partner that you can offset some of the expenses with, I think that would be a good partnership. Like you come in with something, they come in with something, and y'all equal 50-50. I didn't know what I was doing. He had a construction company. So, you know, my idea was that, okay, he has a construction company. He's going to do the labor for a lot cheaper. He really didn't because he's a general contractor. So he's like, I got to pay my guys. I got to pay them, you know, trade wages. So, you know, my whole idea, my concept around it being a better situation, and I'm just being transparent, it wasn't a better situation. However, if we were both like put in, you know, equal amount of money, it would have been good. So if you're going to have a partner, do it to offset some of those expenses. So that's a good way, like, especially if you're flipping and you're investing, do it to offset some of the expenses. If you don't have to, it's not a big thing for you to flip a property by yourself. You just make sure you have the right team. The team is your real estate agent. They're going to get you the deal. They're going to tell you what the value is and what the value is going to be once you finish fixing it up. Have your lender. They're going to get the loan for you. They're going to tell you how much it's going to cost you to get the loan. They're going to tell you how much your fees are going to be, like what your out of pocket is. And your contractor. Your contractor is going to tell you how much the deal is going to cost for you to flip it up, for you to flip it. And so The real estate agent can actually put all that stuff together and say, okay, at the end of this, this is going to be your net. Tell you how long it's going to take you, the days on market, how long it's going to take you. Your contractor's going to tell you how long it's going to take you to get the property prepared. Your agent's going to tell you, should be able to tell you how long it's going to be on the market, so that you'll know how much you're going to be out of pocket totally in expenses, and what your net profits are going to be. So you definitely need to have a team of people when you are flipping. If you can afford to do it by yourself, I would say yeah. But if you have a partner to offset some expenses, then you do that. One of the things me and my boy did that was very smart. And again, he's one of my besties, love him to death. But we had an operating agreement. That was the one where I did the LLC. And so that was another thing, because I got hit with more taxes. Then after that, I started flipping by myself in my corporation. So make sure you have an entity, make sure you have an agreement. He's very professional. I'm very professional. So we made sure that we had everything in writing. We had a divorce clause. We had everything in writing of how our business was operated, and it just was what it was. And we both said at the end of the day, we wasn't mad. We didn't leave mad, but we were just like, as long as we can make something, we were just looking at it for the experience. And that's what it was. As I looked back, back then, I was like, man, we could have made more money if we did this, and this. So, but you don't need a partner, if you can do it by yourself. But if they're able to offset some of the expenses, yes. Bay Boy Entertainment Group said, would you recommend a duplex for an Airbnb for a lake or a lake for a lakefront property? A duplex. If you can find a duplex on a lakefront, I think that's a great Airbnb. And if you can find a single family lakefront property, that's a great Airbnb. The thing about the Airbnb is it should be in a nice area. People don't want to be scared for their life when they go to your Airbnb. Okay. So when you're investing in your Airbnb, make sure that you're investing in a decent area where people want to be. Period. You don't want to be in Iraq like you, Bay Boy. They don't want to be in a neighborhood like Iraq and they go into your Airbnb. So I think that's dope. I think you should. And if you don't, if an Airbnb is not it, then perhaps traveling nurses. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's all the questions I have. So if there are no more questions, again, please, you guys, share this out. And you know what? You know what? You know what? I am getting ready to put together a training. It is the I forgot what it's called. But I'm doing a training. I'm gonna do a live 3-day training. And I'm gonna really help you get your money up. And it's free. I will be announcing it really soon. But it'll be within the next couple of weeks. You guys need to be on this training. I'm definitely put you guys. I'm gonna, send me a DM and say that I'm interested in the training. But I'm gonna be doing this training, and I'm going to just get deep and really be able to share these wealth building strategies so that y'all can grow your money and not blow your money. Because if you blow your money, it ain't a damn thing funny. That was all. Grow your money and don't blow your money, because if you blow your money, it ain't a damn thing funny. So I'll be doing a training coming up in the next couple of weeks. That's going to help you grow your money, not blow your money. Love Alicia K said, how can I grow the equity from my home? She was able to put it in the comments. The way you can grow equity from your home is, equity is determined by a few things, right? It's determined by your area. What's going on in your neighborhood? Are houses selling in your neighborhood? What's the nearest comp in your area? So if they're a comparable property. So what are the other houses going on doing in your neighborhood? Are they increasing in value? If they are, it's likely that your house is increasing in value. The other thing is you could do small, minor upgrades. So carpet, paint, fixtures. People don't realize that fixtures are like one of the cheapest ways that you could just really improve the house a lot. A lot of these houses, they'll come with these little brass fixtures. You can go to Amazon, you can go to eBay and get fixtures for like super cheap. There's so much things that you can do online where you can just get fixtures super cheap. Bathrooms are areas that people really love. Kitchens are areas that people really love to see. For me, when I'm looking at houses, I'm looking at, thank you, Lavisha. I got your DM. Lavisha's interested in my 3-day training. Thank you for the DM. I'm looking at areas that, I'm looking at things that have great master bedrooms for me. It's where all the action happens. Whew, I'm looking for. I got kids, so ain't no action outside of me happening in my bedroom. Anyway, the second thing I'm looking at is the kitchen. The kitchens are very important, and the bathrooms, and then the flowing. And so when somebody comes in to evaluate your home, like say you have an appraisal and they're doing an appraisal on your home, make sure that the home is like it feels good, it feels airy, because an appraisal. Let me just tell you this: an appraisal is an opinion of value. This is someone's opinion of the value of your home. It's based upon comps, but they make adjustments based upon their own personal opinion, so that they could say, well, here's a model match of your home, but this home is better than yours because of X, Y, and Z. It doesn't have to make any sense. And guess what? You can't even challenge somebody's opinion of your home, your opinion. Okay. So there are just, appraisals. Thank you, Nikki. I got your DM. You're interested in the training. Thank you. Um, so somebody's opinion of your home is, it's based upon their professional expertise and all that stuff, but also a lot of it is their opinion. So when they're going in and they're doing the appraisal on your home, first of all, unfortunately, this is the unfortunate thing. If you are African American, this has happened because somebody just got sued. I did a video on this a couple of months ago. Somebody got sued for selling a home or appraising a home while black. Their house appraised for $500,000 cheaper than what it should have been just because they were black. So sometimes when you are getting your house appraised or you're selling your house, you got to take down the personal effects. Take down your black art pieces, take down your black faces. That's an unfortunate reality. That should not be, but it's an unfortunate reality. So when you're looking at evaluating your property, um, sometimes you have to take down your personal effects. This particular couple, they had a white. They had the appraisal. The appraisal came in $500,000 lower. They took down their personal effects. They had a white woman come and meet the appraiser, and guess what? The next appraiser where it should have been $500,000 more. That just stressed me out right there. That just really hurt. My shoulders start tensing up. That's some bullshit that we got to deal with as black people, but that's just our reality. Unfortunate. But fight the powers. If you feel like you've been discriminated against because of appraisal, fair housing, more people need to complain so they can stop this bullshit. So that's just what it is. Exquisite Woman Global. Yes, she wants the training. That's what's up. I'm tired. And let me tell you what I did today. So I had bought this little coffee table, and I typically, like, most of the stuff, since I'm a single, and my dad has always been, the person that be building stuff, Bob the Builder. And so since I've moved 3,000 miles, my dad's not here to fix certain things. So I'll typically, put together things myself, or I'll have one, I'll have my sons help me. I've had a couple of my sons helping me. But I say, you know what I'm doing? I am going to exude my feminine energy, and I'm going to allow my boys to operate in their masculine energy, and they're going to do it. So while I've been up here, they've been putting a little coffee table together, and they've been fighting. I've been hearing them fight out of one ear. That's why when my son came down here, I said, y'all finished? Because they was fighting like cats and dogs, or dogs and dogs, a minute ago. Um, Love Alicia K said, can I do anything with my 403B retirement plan? If you can take it out, absolutely. I would definitely take, if you're going to take any money out of your 403B or your retirement plan, if they allow you to take it out, only take it out if you're going to invest it. Don't take it out if you're going to put it on some credit cards or buy a car or anything like that. Never take out a asset to pay off a liability. I would use an asset to invest in another asset if you can. But back to that. I allowed my sons, my three boys, to operate in their masculinity. And as I was washing it, so I get up every morning at 6 and I clean the kitchen. Now, I moved down here. I have a smaller home than I had. And it's just temporary. Well, I don't say that. I have a smaller home than I have, so I no longer have a housekeeper. But I enjoy, it's easier for me to keep clean. So, but I clean up every morning, and I noticed that when I tell my boys to clean up, they keep the house clean. But when I clean up, they don't. So I said, I'm gonna put together a chore schedule. They've never had a chore schedule. It's a damn shame. I am I am doing them a disservice as their mother by not making them consistently. My boys have been cleaning up together for so long that they don't know how to clean up individually. That's a shame, right? So I make them wash the dishes together. You three wash dishes together. Then they fight the whole time they're washing dishes. These Negroes are 6'2". Why don't they have chore days? That's me. I enjoy washing the dishes. I was telling my girlfriend this morning I enjoy washing the dishes, but why do I do that? I enjoy cleaning up my house, but why do I do that? That's what I got them for. That's why I had them. So anyway, I'm gonna stop and they're gonna start. Anyway, I'm done. I'm gonna go up here and see what these jokers have done, and then I'm gonna get to work. But you guys, thank you for tuning in. I show appreciate you. What's up, Carolyn Everett, first timer? Again, if you guys just join me, put in the comments box where you watch it from, because I know we have people watching from like all over the world: Iraq, Philippines, Italy, New York, Boogie Down, Bronx, California, Arizona, everywhere. So you guys, put in there, and then make sure you sharing this out, because you know if I drop some bombs on you, did I drop some bombs on you today? Did I share something with you that you did not know? What, Alicia K, what did your mom used to say? Did I drop some bombs on you that you didn't know? If I drop some bombs on you that you did not know, at least one nugget that I dropped on you that you didn't know, make sure you share this out to everybody you know. Get the word out. I sure appreciate it. Thank you, Beauty Locks. She's interested in the training. Mo Money, first time Callie in the house. Thank you. Thank you for watching me, Mo Money. I appreciate you. HH, thank you for watching. Where you from, HH? You didn't say. Cali Kings, what did you learn? Make sure you share this out. If you've learned something today, if I dropped a bomb, I dropped a nugget. If I dropped a little baby, what's up, Moana from SAC? I dropped a little baby nugget on you. Share this out. I love y'all. I sure appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and log off of Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and log off of Facebook. Share this with your friends. I love you.